Now is the winter of our discontent, made glorious summer by this sun of Europe. And all the clouds which glowed upon our house, in the deep bosom of the ocean buried. Now our brows bound with victorious wreaths, our bruised arm hung up for monuments, our stirred alarums changed to merry meetings, our dreadful marches to delightful measures. Grim visaged war hath smoothed his wrinkled front, and now, instead of mounting guarded steeds, who fear the souls of frightful adversaries, he cambers nimbly in a lady's chamber to the lascivious pleasing of a lute. But I am not made for sportive tricks, nor made to court an amorous looking glass. I, that am rudely stamped out and want love's majesty, to strut before a wanton abling nymph. I, that am curtailed of these fair proportions, cheated of features by dissembling nature, deformed, unfinished, sent before my time into this breathing world, scarcely half of that so lamely and unfashionable that dogs bark as I halt by. Thus, since I cannot prove a lover to entertain these fair, well-spoken days, I am determined to prove a villain and hate the idle pleasures of these days. Plots I have laid, seductions dangerous, drunken prophecies, libels, and dreams, to set my brother Clarence, the king, deadly hates, the one against the other. And if King Edward be as true and just as I am subtle, false, and treacherous, this day should Clarence closely be viewed up. And a prophecy says that she, of Edward's heir, the murderer shall be. Dive thus down to my soul. Here comes Clarence. Brother, good day. What means this armed guard that waits upon your grace?
His Majesty, tendering his person safety hath appointed this contagious to the tower.
On what cause?
Because my name is George.
Lack, that is no fault of yours. He should, for that, make your godfather. Be like his Majesty, hath some intent to have you new prisoners in the tower. What's the matter, Clarence?
May I know? The anger should protest is yet not. But as I can learn, he hearkens of the prophecies and dreams. And says a wizard told him that by G is issued some heritage tree. For my name of George begins with G, it follows in his thoughts that I am he. These, as I learn, such toys as these have moved his highness to commit me now.
Why, 'tis this in men are ruled by women. 'Tis not the king that sent you to the tower. 'Tis my lady Grey, Clarence. 'Tis she that tempers me to this extremity. You're not safe, Clarence. You're not safe.
By heaven, I think no man is secure. Queen's kindred and night-walking heralds, the judge between king and Mistress Shore.
I beseech your grace both to pardon me. His Majesty has straitly given charge that no man should have private conference of what degree soever with his brother.
Even so, and please your lordship, Brackenbury, you may partake in anything we say. We speak no treason, man. We say that the king is wise and virtuous, and that his queen is well struck in years, fair and not jealous. How say you? Can you deny all this?
Myself have not to do. I beseech your grace, and with all February are confident the noble duke.
We know that charge, Brackenbury, and will obey.
We are the queen's abjects. We must obey. Brother, farewell. I will unto the king. And whatsoever you employ me in, I will contact Edward's widowed sister. I'll do it to enfranchise you. Meantime, this deep disgrace in brotherhood touches me deeper than you can imagine.
I know it pleases neither of us well.
Well, your imprisonment shall not be long. Meantime, have patience.
I must perforce. Farewell.
Go. Tread the path that thou shalt never return. Oh, sinful, plain Clarence, I do love thee so. I shall shortly send thy soul to heaven. Heaven will take the gift at our hands. But who comes here? The newly delivered Hastings.
Good time of day unto my gracious lord.
What news abroad?
No news so bad abroad as this at home. The king is sickly, weak, and melancholy. His physicians fear him mightily.
No, St. Paul, this is bad news indeed. He hath kept an evil diet long, and overmuch consumed his royal person. This very grievous to be thought upon. What? Is he in his bed?
He is.
Go you before, I will follow. Cannot live. I hope he must not die till George be passed with post-horse up to heaven. I'll in to urge his hatred more to Clarence, with lies well steeled with weighty arguments. I fall not my deep intent. Clarence hath not another day to live. Meantime, God may take King Edward to his mercy and leave the world for me to bustle in. But then, on Mary Warwick's youngest daughter, what thought thou didst kill her husband and his father? The readiest maid to make a wench amends has become her husband and her father, for which I will do, not all so much for love, another secret, close intent. Marrying her, I must be unstained. But I run my horse before the market. Clarence still lives. Edward still reigns. When they are gone, then I may count my games.
Sit down, your honorable lord. Honor may be shrouded in fears. Mine was a country lament, the untimely fall of Bertram's Lancaster. Her key-cold figure of a holy king, pale ashes of the house of Lancaster. How bloodless remnant of thy royal blood. Yet lawful that I invocate thy ghost to hear the lamentations of poor Hannah, wife to thy Edward, thy slaughtered son, stabbed by the selfsame hand that made these wounds. Blow to the window, has set forth my life. I pour thy helpless balm from my eyes. Cursed be the hand that made these fatal wounds. Cursed be the heart that had the heart to do it. Cursed be the blood that made this blood from hence. More dire happy tide, that hated wretch, that made us wretched by the death of thee, than I can push upon adders, spiders, toads, or any other venomous creature that lives. If ever he has life, let it be made a miserable by the life of me, as I am made from the death of my poor Lord and thee.
Stay! You that bear the corse, set it down.
What black magician conjures up this fiend to self-devoted and charitable deeds?
Villains, set down the corse, or St. Paul, I'll make a course of him that disobeys.
My lord, stand aside. Let the coffin pass.
On man or dog! Stand thou when I command. But by St. Paul, I'll strike upon thee and spurn upon thee to my foot, beggar, for thy boldness.
What? Do you tremble? Are you all afraid? Alas, I blame you not, for you are only mortal, and mortalized not endure the devil. Avaunt thee, dreadful minister of hell. Thou hast but power over his mortal body. His soul thou canst not have. Therefore, be gone.
Sweet saint, for charity, be not so cursed.
Foul devil, for God's sake, behead me, thy happy earth, thy hell. Build it with cursing cries and slain. If thou enjoyest to view his heinous deeds, behold, thy pattern of thy oh, see, dead Henry's wounds open their congealed wounds to bleed afresh. Blush, thou foul lump of deformity, for it is thy presence that exhales this blood from cold and empty veins, where blood no longer dwells. This deed, inhuman and unnatural, for most delusion, most unnatural. Oh God, which makest his blood, revenge his death. O earth, which drinkest his blood, revenge his death. Either heaven, lightning strike, thy murderer dead, or earth gape open wide, and swallow him quick, as thou dost swallow up this good king's blood, which his hell-governed arm hath butchered.
Lady, I know no rules of charity, which renders good for bad, blessings for curses.
Villain, thou knowest no law of God nor man, no beast so fierce knows but some touch of pity.
But I know none, and therefore am no beast.
How wonderful when devils tell the truth.
More wonderful when angels are so angry. Vouchsafe, divine perfection of a woman, of these supposed evils, to give me leave, by circumstance, but to acquit myself.
Vouchsafe, diffuse infection of a man. For these known evils, give me leave, by circumstance, to curse thy cursed self.
Ere the tongue can name thee, let me have some patient leisure to acquit myself.
Fouler than heart can think thee. Thou canst make no excuse current, but to hang thyself.
By such despair, I should accuse myself.
And by such despair thou shouldst stand excused, for granting worthy vengeance on he who did unworthy slaughter upon others.
Say that I slew them not.
Why then they are not dead, but dead they are, and enslaved by the devil are thee.
I did not kill your husband.
Why then he is alive?
Nay, he is dead, and slain by Edward's hands.
Thou foul throat liest. Queen Margaret saw thy murderous falchion smoking in thy blood, which once did bend around her breast, but her brother's feet aside point.
I was provoked by her slanderous tongue, which put their guilt on my guiltless shoulders.
Thou was provoked by thy own bloody mind, which dreamt on awful butcheries. Did thou not kill this king?
I grant thee.
Thou grant me, hedgehog, then God grant me too. Thou wilt be
fitter for a king of heaven than hath them.
He is in heaven, where thou shalt never come.
Let him thank me that ope to send him hither, for he was more fit for that place than earth.
And no place unfit for thee, but hell.
Yes, one place else. You will hear me name it.
Some dungeon.
Your bedchamber.
Ill rest betide where thou liest.
So will I, madam. Will I lie with you?
I hope so.
I know so. But, gentle Lady Anne, to end this keen encounter of our wits, go somewhat into a slower method, is not the cause of the timeless death of these Plantagenets, Henry, Edward, as playful as the executioner.
Thou art the cause, and most accursed effect.
Your beauty was the cause of that effect. Your beauty, which did haunt me in my sleep, to undertake the death of all worlds, so I must live 1 hour in your sweet bosom.
If I thought that true, I'd tell thee homicide. These nails would rend that beauty from my cheeks.
His eyes could never endure sweet beauty's wreck. You should not blemish it, if I stood by, as all the world is cheered by the sun. So I ride that. It's my day, my life.
Black night or shade day, death to thy life.
Curse not thyself, sweet madam, thou art both.
I were, to be revenged on thee.
Tis a quarrel most unnatural, to revenge on he that loveth thee.
It's a quarrel right and reasonable just, to be revenged on thee, who slew my husband.
He that bereft thee, lady, of your husband, did it to help thee find a better husband.
This better half does not exist on this planet.
He lives that loves thee better than he could.
Name him.
Plantagenet.
Why, that was he.
Self-same name. One of better nature.
Where is he?
Here. Doth thou spittest me?
Whatever venom, for God's sake.
Poison came from such sweet a place.
Never hung poison on such a fouler toad. Out of my sight, thou dost infect mine eyes.
Thine eyes, sweet lady, hath infected mine. You knew they were. Now thou kills me with a living death. Thy revengeful heart cannot forgive. Lo, here I lay thee the sharp-pointed blade. Humbly beg death upon my knee. Nay, do not pause. 'Twas I that stabbed King Henry. But it's thy beauty that provoked me. Nay, now dispatch. 'Twas I that stabbed young Edward. That's thy heavenly face that set me on. Take up the blade again, or take up me.
Arise, dissembler. Though I wish thee dead, I will not be the executioner.
Bid me kill myself. I will do it.
I have already.
Hush, that was in thy rage. Speak it again, even with the hands that for thy love did kill thy love, shall for thy love kill a far truer love. Forfeit that thou shalt be accessory.
And put I into that heart.
Tis faded in my tongue.
Bid me go over pulse.
Never man was true. I'm safe. Too far. Where? This one.
To take is not to give.
Look how the wind encompassed finger. Even so thy breast encloseth my poor heart. Where both of them, both are thine. And if thou can beg one thing, thy gracious hand, thou dost confirm his happiness forever.
What is it?
Presently happy, leave these sad designs to be a mourner, and presently repair to Trotsky's place. I beseech you, grant me this boon.
With all my heart, it pleases me to see you become so penitent.
Give me farewell.
It's more than you deserve, but since you've taught me how to flatter you, imagine I've said farewell already.
Was ever
woman in this humor wooed, as ever, woman in this humor won. I have her, but I will not keep her long. What thought thou didst kill her husband and his father? Ah! Hath she forgot already that brave prince, Edward, her lord, whom I, some 3 months since, stabbed in my angry mood at Tewkesbury? Upon my life she finds, though I cannot, to be a marvelous, proper man. But first, turn yon fellow in his grave. Shine out, fair sun, like burning glass, as I may see my shadow as I pass.
It is determined, not concluded yet. But so it must be if the king miscarry.
Here comes Lord of Buckingham and Derby.
What kind of day is your royal grace?
God make your majesty joyful as you have been.
So are you the king today, my Lord Derby?
But now, the Duke of Buckingham and I have just come from visiting his majesty.
What likelihood of this amendment, lords?
Madam, good news. His grace speaks cheerfully.
God grant him health. Did you confer with him?
We did, madam. He wishes to make atonement betwixt the Duke of Gloucester and your brothers, and betwixt them and my Lord Chamberlain, and is thus sent as royal presence.
But all were well. But that will never be. I fear our happiness is at the highest.
They do me wrong, and I will not endure it. Who are they that complain unto the king that I, forsooth, a stern and love them not? By St. Paul, they love his grace, but lightly that fills his ears with such dissentious rumors. Cannot a plain man think and breathe no harm, but the simple truth must be abused by side, silken, insinuating jacks?
To whom in all this present speaks your grace?
To thee, that hast no honesty nor grace. When have I injured thee? When done thee wrong? Or thee, or any of your faction? A plague upon you all. His royal person, which God preserves better than you wish he could, cannot live but a scarce breathing a while, without being troubled by your lewd complaints.
Brother of Gloucester, you mistake the matter. The king, of his own royal disposition, and not provoked by any sort else, aiming belike at your interior hatred, which in your outward actions shows itself against my kindred brothers and myself, makes him to say that thereby he may gather the ground of your ill will, and so remove it.
Meantime, God grant that we may have need of you. Your brother is imprisoned by your means, myself disgraced, and the nobility held in contempt, whilst many fair promotions are given to ennoble those that some 2 days since were worth a noble.
I never did incense his majesty against the Duke of Clarence, but have been an earnest advocate to plead for him. My lord, you do me shamefully, falsely to draw me in these vile suspects. My lord of Gloucester, I have too long borne your blunt upbraidings and your bitter scoffs. By heaven, I will acquaint his majesty with those gross taunts I often endure. I had rather be a country servant maid than a great queen with this condition, to be thus taunted, scorned, and baited at. Small destroy thy meanings.
And lessened be that small. God, I beseech thee, thy honor, state, and seat is due to me.
What? Threat you me with telling of the king? Tell him to spare not. Look, I've said I will avouch in the presence of the king. I dare adventure to be sent to the tower. 'Tis time to speak. My pains are quite forgot.
Out, devil! I remember them too well. Thou slewest my husband Henry in the tower, and Edward my poor son at Tewkesbury.
Ere you were queen, yea, or your husband king, I was a weeder outer of his proud adversaries, a liberal rewarder of his friends. To royalize his blood, I spilt mine own.
Yea, and much better blood than his or thine.
Foul wrinkled witch, what markest thou in my sight?
But repetition of what thou hast marred, that will I make before I let thee go.
Not thou banished on pains of death?
I was, but I do find more pain in banishment than death to yield me here by my abode. A husband and a son thou owest to me, and thou a kingdom. All of you, allegiance. The sorrow that I have by right is yours, and all the pleasures you usurp are mine. What were you snarling all before I came, ready to catch each other by the throats, and turn you all your hatred now on me? Did York's dread curse prevail so much with heaven, that Henry's death, my lovely Edward's death, their kingdom's loss, my woeful banishment, could all but answer for that peevish brat? Can curses pierce the clouds and enter heaven? Why then, give way, dull clouds, to my quick curses. If not by war, by surfeit die your king, as ours by murder, to make him a king. Edward thy son, which now is Prince of Wales, for Edward my son, which was Prince of Wales, die in his youth by like untimely violence. Thyself a queen, for me that was a queen, outlive thy glory like my wretched self. Long mayst thou live to wail thy children's loss, and see another, as I see thee now, decked in thy rights as thou art stalled in mine. Long die thy happy days before thy death, and after many lengthened hours of grief, die neither mother, wife, nor England's queen. Rivers, you were standing by, and so wast thou, Lord Hastings, when my son was stabbed with bloody daggers. God, I pray him, that none of you may live your natural age, but by some unlooked accident cut off.
Have done thy charm, thou hateful withered hag?
And leave out thee? Stay, dog, for thou shalt hear me. If heaven have any grievous plague in store, exceeding those that I can wish upon thee, oh, let them keep it till thy sins be right, then hurl down their indignation on thee, the troubler of the poor world's peace. The worm of conscience still begnaw thy soul, thy friends suspect for traitors while thou livest. No sleep close up that deadly eye of thine, unless it be while some tormenting dream affrights thee with a hell of ugly devils. Thou elvish mart, aborted, brooding hall, thou that was sealed in thy nativity, the slave of nature and the son of hell, thou slander of thy mother's heavy womb, thou loathe the issue of thy father's loins, thou rag of honor, thou detesting Richard!
Ha!
I call thee not.
I cry thee mercy then, for I thought that thou hadst called me all these bitter names.
Why, so I did, but looked for no reply. Oh, let me make the period to my curse.
'Tis done by me, and ends in Margaret.
Thus have you breathed your curse against yourself.
Poor painted queen, vain flourish of my fortune. Why strew'st thou sugar on that bottled spider, whose deadly web ensnareth thee about? Fool, fool, thou whetst a knife to kill thyself. The time will come when thou shalt wish for me to help thee curse that poisonous bunchback toad.
False, boding woman, end thy fretted curse, lest to thy harm thou move our patience.
Foul shame upon you! You have all moved mine.
Were you well served, you would be taught your duty.
To serve me well, you all should do me duty. Teach me to be your queen, and you my subjects. Oh, serve me well, and teach yourselves that duty.
Dispute not with her, she is lunatic.
Have done. Have done.
Princely Buckingham, I'll kiss thy hand in sign of league and amity with thee. Now, fair befall thee and thy noble house. Thy garments are not spotted with our blood, nor thou within the compass of
Nor no one here, for curses never pass the lips of those that breathe them in the air.
I'll not believe that they ascend the sky, and there awake God's gentle sleeping peace. O Buckingham, take heed of yonder dog. Look, when he fawns, he bites. And when he bites, his venom tooth will rankle to the death. Have not to do with him. Beware of him. Sin, death, and hell have set their marks on him, and all their ministers attend on him.
What doth she say, my lord of Buckingham?
Nothing that I respect, my gracious lord.
What? Dost thou scorn me for my gentle counsel, and soothe the devil that I warn thee from? Oh, but remember this another day, when he shall split thy very heart with sorrow, and say poor Margaret was a prophetess. Live each of you the subjects to his hate, and he to yours, and all of you to God's.
My hair doth stand on end to hear her curses.
So doth mine. I am used while she's at liberty.
I cannot blame her. She hath had too much wrong, and I repent my part thereof.
I never did her any, to my knowledge.
But you have all the vantage of her wrong. I was too hot in doing somebody good, which is too cold in thinking of it now. Mary, as for Clarence, he is well repaid. He is franked up for his pains. God pardon them that are the cause of it.
A virtuous and Christian-like conclusion for them who have not escaped to us.
So I write that, being well advised. If I curse now, curse myself.
Madam, His Majesty doth call for you, and for your grace, and you, my lords.
Catesby, we come. Lords, will you go with us?
We will attend your grace.
Clarence, whom I indeed hath laid in darkness, then I sigh. The piece of scripture, if men do good for evil, and seem a saint, but most have played the devil. How now? Here come my executioners. How now, my hearty, stout resolve mates? Now going to dispatch this deed?
We are, my lord. He comes out the way, so we may be admitted for release.
Well thought upon. Have a care about me. But, sirs, be sudden in the execution. With all object, Clarence is well spoken. Perhaps may move you to pity him.
Such, fear not, my lord. We will not stand so brave. Talkers are no good doers. We come to use our hands and not our tongues.
Your eyes drop millstones, and fools' eyes drop tears. I like you lads. About your business straight. Go, go. Dispatch.
We will, my lord.
Oh, Brackenbury, I have done those things which now bear evidence against my soul, for Edward's sake, and see how he requites me. Oh God, if my deep prayers cannot appease thee, thou wilt be avenged on our misdeeds, yet execute thy wrath and me alone. I pray thee, keeper, stay by me, but my soul is heavy, and I fain would sleep.
I will, my lord. God give your grace good rest. Oh, who's there? What are you? How came you hither?
Let's speak with Clarence, and I came hither on my legs.
Hey, are you so brief?
Oh, sir, it's better to be brief than foolish. Show me our commission. Talk no more.
I am in this commanded to deliver the noble Duke of Clarence to your hands. I will not reason what is meant hereby, because I would be guiltless of the meaning. Here are the keys. There sits the Duke. All to the king, and signify to him that thus I resign my charge to you.
So, this one was on 3-1. What? Shall we shoot him as he sleeps?
No. Then who says was then cowardly when he wakes?
When he wakes, why? He never wakes in the judgment day.
Why? Then he will say we stepped him sleeping.
That urging of the word judgment bred a kind of remorse in me.
What? Art thou afraid?
Not to kill him, for which we have a warrant to do so. For being damned for killing him, for which no warrant can offend us.
I thought thou hadst been resolute.
So I am, to let him live.
To the Duke of Gloucester, tell him so.
I pray thee, stay a while. I hope my knowledge hath changed. 'Twas wont to hold me while some was off on tape.
How dost thou feel thyself now?
Faith! Some dregs of consciousness are still within me.
Remember the reward when the deed is done.
Zounds! He dies and forgot the reward.
Where is thy conscience now?
But the Duke of Gloucester first.
So when he opens his purse to give us our reward, thy conscience flies out?
Let it fly. You are none who can contain it.
Why, if it comes to thee again? Hark! He stirs. Shall I shoot?
No. Prince's reason.
Will keeper bring me a cup of wine?
Shall have wine enough to learn how.
In God's name, what art thou?
A man?
As you are.
But not as I am royal.
Nor we. As we are loyal.
Thy voice is thunder, but thy looks are humble.
My voice is now the king's, my looks mine own.
How darkly, how deadly dost thou speak? Your eyes do menace me. Why look you so pale? Who sent you hither? Wherefore do you come? To murder me? You scarcely have the heart to tell me so, and therefore do not have the heart to do it. Wherein, my friends, have I offended you?
Offended is you not, but the king.
I shall be reconciled to him again.
Never, my lord. Therefore, prepare to die.
Are you called out from the world of men to slay the innocent? What is my offense? Where are the evidence that do accuse me? What lawful quest have given their verdict up unto the frowning judge? Or who pronounced the verdict of poor Clarence death? I charge you, as you hope to have redemption, by Christ's dear blood shed for our sins, that you depart, and lay no hands on me. The deed you undertake is damnable.
What we will do, we do upon command.
And he who hath commanded is the king.
If you love my brother, hate not me. I am his brother, and I love him well. If you be hired for me, go back again, and I will send you my brother Gloucester, who shall reward you better for my life than Edward will for tidings of my death.
You are deceived. Your brother Gloucester hates you.
It cannot be. For when I last parted with him, he hugged me in his arms and swore with sobs that he would label my livery.
Why, so he doth. He delivers thee from the thraldom of this world to the joys of heaven.
Make peace with God, for you must die, my lord.
Relent and save your souls. Relent!
Tis cowardly and womanish.
Not to relent is beastly, savage, devilish. Which of you, if you were a prince's son, being pent by liberty as I am now, if two such murderers as yourselves came to you, well, would you not entreat for life? My friend, I spy some pity in thy looks. Oh, if thine eye be not a flatterer. Come on to my side and entreat for me. For you would do, were you in my distress. A begging prince? What beggar pities not?
Look behind you, my lord.
And that,
How bloody me, and desperately dispatched. How fain like Pilate would I wash my hands of this most grievous and guilty murder done.
how now? What meanest thou that thou helpst me not? By heaven, the Duke shall know how slack thou art.
I would he had known that I had saved his brother. Take thou the fee and tell him what I say. For I repent thee that the Duke is slain.
Why, so now when I've done a good day's work. You peers, continue this united league. I every day expect an embassage from my Redeemer to redeem me hence. Now in peace my soul shall part to heaven, since I have set my friends at peace on earth. Rivers in Dorset, dissemble not your hatred, swear your love.
A whole day shall this be kept hereafter. I would to God all stripes were welcome counted. My son, I do beseech your majesty to take our brother Clarence to your grace.
Why, madam, I have offered love for this, to be so about in this royal presence. Who here knows not that the noble Duke is dead? You do injury to scorn his course.
See, heaven, what a world is this?
Is Clarence dead? The order was reversed.
But he, poor soul, by your first order died, like winged Mercury did bear. Some tardy cripple bore the countermate, and came too lag to see him buried. God grant that some less noble and less loyal, nearer in bloody thought, not in blood, and no worse than wretched Clarence did, and yet go current from suspicion.
I pray thee peace. My soul is full of sorrow. Have a tongue to do my brother's death. My brother slew no man. His fault was not, and yet his punishment was cruel death. Who sued to me for him? Who in my rage kneeled at my feet and bade me be advised? Who spake of brotherhood? Who spake of love? Who told me of the mighty Warwick? Who told me in the field by Tewkesbury when Oxford had me down? He rescued me and said, dear brother, live and be a king. Who told me how we both lay in the field, frozen almost to death, how he did lap me, even in his own garments, how we both lay in the field, almost frozen to death. All this from my remembrance, sinfully plucked, and not a man of you had so much grace to put it in my mind! Oh God, I fear thy justice will take hold on me, and you, and yours for this. Come, Rivers, help me to my closet. Oh, poor Clarence.
This is the fruit of rashness. Marked you not how the guilty kindred of the Queen did look pale when they did hear of Clarence's death? How they did urge it still unto the king. God will revenge it. But come, let us in to comfort King Edward with our company.
So much interest to thy noble husband. I have bewept a worthy husband's death, and lived by looking on his images. But now 2 mirrors of his princely semblance are cracked in pieces by malignant death, and I, for comfort, have but one false glass, which grieves me when I see my shame in him. Thou art a widow, yet thou art a mother, and hast the comfort of thy children left thee. Death had snatched my husband from mine arms, and plucked 2 crutches from my feeble limbs, Edward and Clarence. Oh, what cause have I, thine but being but a moiety in my grief, to overgo thy plaints and drown thy cries?
Give me no help in lamentation. I am not barren to bring forth complaints. All springs reduce their courage to mine eyes, that I, being governed by the wandering moon, may send forth plenteous tears to drown the world. Oh, for my husband, for my dear Lord Edward.
Alas for both mine, Edward and Clarence.
What stay had I but Edward, and he's gone.
What stays had I but they, and they are gone.
Was ever a widow at so dear loss?
Was ever a mother had so dear loss? Alas, I am the mother of these moans. Their woes are parcelled, mine are general. She for an Edward weeps, and so do I. I for a Clarence weep, so doth not she. For all your tears. I am your sorrow's nurse, and I will pamper lamentations. Madam, bethink you, like a careful mother, of the young prince, your son. Send straight for him, let him be proud. In him, your comfort lives. Drown desperate sorrows in dead Edward's grave, and pledge your joys in living Edward's throne.
Madam, have comfort. All of us have cause to wail the dimming of our shining star. None of them can cure death by wailing. Madam, my mother, I did not come to see your grace humbly upon my knees. I crave your blessing.
God bless thee, and put meekness in thy mind, love, charity, obedience, and true duty.
And then, to make me die a good old man, that is the bud end of every mother's blessing. I marvel why her grace did leave it out.
You cloudy princes and hard sorrowing fears that bear this heavy mutual load of woe, now cheer each other in each other's love. Though we have spent the harvest of the king, we now must reap the harvest of his son. He seems good in some little train. What would my love? We fetch the prince to be crowned our king.
Why would some little train, my lord of Buckingham?
Marry, my lord, lest by a multitude the new-field wound and malice should break out, which would be so much more dangerous by how much the estate is green and yet ungoverned, as well as the fear of harm as from a parent, in my opinion, ought to be prevented.
I hope the king make peace with all, and that his compact is firm and true in me.
And so in me, and so, I think in all, he has sent it as both green, but it should be put to no apparent likelihood of breach, which happily by much company I say with noble Buckingham, that it is meet so few should fetch the prince.
Indeed so. And shall we go to determine who shall straight post to Ludlow? Madam, and you, my mother, will you give your censure in this weighty business?
With all our hearts.
My lord, whoever journeys with Christ, for God's sake, let not the Jews be behind. For, as the index historically talked of, to part the queen's kingdom greater than the king.
My other self, my counsel's courtesy, my oracle, my prophet, cousin of Buckingham, I, like a child, will go by thy direction. Towards Ludlow then, for we shall not be far behind.
cousin, my stubborn thoughts the weary way hath made you melancholy.
No, uncle, but our crosses on the way have made it tedious, wearisome, and heavy. I once more, uncle, here to welcome you.
Sweet prince, the untainted virtue of your years hath not yet dived into the world's deceit. What more can you tell of him and his outward show, which, God he knows, seldom or never jumpeth from the heart? Whose uncles do you want were dangerous? Your grace attended to their show's words. God keep you from them, and from such false friends.
God keep me from false friends, but there were none.
My lord, Mayor of London comes to greet you.
God bless your grace with health and happy days.
Thank you, good my lord, and thank you all. Where shall we sojourn to our coronation?
Where it seems best fit on your royal self. If I may counsel you, some day or two, your highness shall repose at the castle, where it seems best for your best health and recreation.
I do not like the tower of any place, my lord. Did Julius Caesar build that place, my lord?
He did, my lord, begin to build that place, but since succeeding age has been re-edified.
Is it upon record or else reported successfully from age to age in buildings?
Upon record, that gracious lord.
But if it weren't registered, methinks the future should live from age to age. As for retail to all posterity, even if in general all are new yet.
So wise, so young, they say, you never live long.
What say you, uncle?
I say without character, fame lives long.
Thus, a form of vice, quiddity, moralize two meanings, one word.
That Julius Caesar was a famous man, with what his valor did enrich his wit. His wit set down to make such valor live. But death makes no conquest of his conqueror. For now he lives in fame, though not in life. Oh, tell you what, my cousin Buckingham.
What, my gracious lord?
And if I live until I be a man, I'll win our ancient writing friends again, or die a soldier as I was the king.
Short summer selected and a forward spring.
And now in good time, here comes the noble Duke of York.
Richard of York, how fares our loving brother?
Well, my red lord, so must I call you now?
I, brother, to our grief as it is yours. Too late he died that might have kept that title, and by his death hath lost much majesty.
How fares our cousin, noble lord of York?
I thank you, gentle uncle. Oh, my lord, you say that idle weeds are fast in growth. My brother, the prince, hath outgrown me far.
He hath, my lord.
And therefore is he idle?
My fair cousin, I must not say so.
Well, he's more beholding to you than I.
You may command me as a sovereign. You have powered me as a kingsman. My lord, would please you pass along myself and my good cousin Buckingham will to your mother to entreat of her, bring you to the tower and welcome you.
What, will you go into the tower, my lord?
My lord protector means will have it so.
I will not sleep in quiet at the tower.
Why? What should you fear?
Mary, my uncle Clarence's angry ghost. My grandmother told me he was murdered there.
I fear no uncle's dead.
Nor none that live, I hope.
And if they live, I hope I need not fear. But come, my lord, and with a heavy heart, thinking on them, go I.
Think you, my lord, this little prating York was not incensed by his fellow mother to taunt and scorn you thus opprobriously?
No doubt. Oh, 'tis a parlous boy! Bold, quick, ingenious, forward, capable. He is all the mothers from the top to toe.
Well, let them rest. Good case be come. Thou knowest our reason urged upon the way. What thinkest thou? Is it not an easy matter to make William Lord Hastings of our mind?
He, for his father's sake, so loves the prince that he will not be one to ought against him.
What thinkest thou that of Stanley? What will he?
He will do all in all as Hastings done.
Well, no more with this. Go, gentle Catesby, and let us know of his inclination. For we tomorrow hold divided councils, wherein thyself shall highly be employed.
Command me to board well. Tell me, Catesby, interest not of ancient adversaries are less blood at Trumpet's castle. This good news, give Mistress Shore one gentle kiss the more.
My good lords both, with all the heed I meant.
Good case be come. Let this business soundly.
Shall we hear from you, Catesby, ere we sleep?
You shall, my lord.
At Throckby's place, there you shall find us both.
Now, my lord, what shall we do if we do not yield William Lord Hastings will not follow along our humbugs?
Chop off his head, man. So much we will do. And, look, when I am king, claim thou to me the heirloom Hereford, the lands which the king, my brother, should possess.
I'll claim that promise at your grace's hands.
And look to have it in all willingness. Come, let us sup bedtime, that we may digest our compost in some form.
Is to determine the coronation. In God's name, speak. When is the royal day?
Are all things fitting for the royal time?
It is. Anne wants for nomination.
Who knows the royal duke most? Who is in the Lord Protector's mind herein?
Your Grace, we think, should soon as know his mind.
Who? I, my lord, we know each other's faces, but for our hearts, he knows no more of mine than I of yours, nor I know more of his than you of mine. Lord Hastings, you and he are near in love.
I thank his grace. I know he loves me well. But for his purpose in the coronation, I have not sounded him yet, nor has he delivered his gracious pleasures any way therein. But you, my noble lords, may name the time, and in the Duke's behalf, I'll give my voice, which I presume he'll take in gentle part.
In good time, here comes the Duke himself.
My lords and good cousins all, good morrow. I have been a long a sleeper, but I hope my absence doth not neglect any great designs that my presence thereof might have been concluded.
Have not you come upon your cue, my lord? William Lord Hastings would have pronounced your part. I mean your voice, for crowning of the king.
Then, no man might be bolder, for he that knows me well and loves me well.
I thank your grace.
Cousin of Buckingham, a word with you? Catesby hath sounded Hastings in our business, and finds the testy gentleman so hot that he rather die than give consent. His master's son, as he so worshipfully terms it, shall lose the majesty of England's throne.
Strong you has, my lord. I'll follow you.
He has not yet sit down this day of triumph. Tomorrow, in mine opinion, is all too sudden, for I myself am not also provided, and elsewhere the day prolonged.
Where is my Lord Protector?
His grace looks cheerfully and smooth today. There's some conceit or other like some well, when he doth bid good morrow with such a spirit. I think there's never a man in Christendom that can less hide his love or hate than he, for by his face straight shall he know his heart.
What in his heart had he perceived in his face by any likelihoods he had shown today?
Mary, that with any man here he is offended, he would have shown it in his looks.
I pray to God you be not, my sire.
I pray you all, tell me what they deserve, that do conspire my plot with devilish plots of damned witchcraft that have prevailed with their hellish charms.
The tender love I bear your grace, my lord, makes me most forward in this noble presence to doom the offenders. Whatsoever they be, I say, my lord, they have deserved that.
And be the witness of this ill. See how I am bewitched. Behold mine arm is like a blasted sapling, withered up. And Edward's wife, that monstrous witch, would put that harlot to strumpet store.
If they have done this thing, my gracious lord.
If I, thou protector of that damned strumpet, tellest me thou of it. Thou art a traitor. Off with his head! Now, by St. Paul I swear, I will not dine until I see the same. Ratcliffe and Lovell, see that it be done. The rest that love me, rise and follow me.
Woe, woe for England, not a whit for me. For I too fond might have prevented this. Stanley did dream the boar did raise his helm, but I disdained it and did scorn to fly. 3 times a day my footcloth horse did stumble, and startled when he looked upon the tower, as loath to bear me to the slaughterhouse. Oh, I now want the priest that spake to me. I now repent I told the good Lord Stanley, as to were triumphing of mine enemies, how they at Pomfret were bloodily butchered, and I myself secure in grace and favor. Oh, Margaret, Margaret, now thy heavy curse is lighted on poor Hastings' wretched head.
Dispatch, my lord. The Duke would be at dinner. Make a short trip. He longs to see your head.
Oh, momentary grace of mortal men, which we more hunt for than the grace of God, who builds his hopes in air of your good looks, lives like a drunken sailor on a mast, ready with every nod to tumble down into the fatal bowels of the deep. Oh, bloody Richard! Oh, miserable England! I prophesy the fearfulest time to thee that ever wretched age hath looked upon. Come, take me to the bluff. They smile at me that shortly shall be dead.
I invite you outside for a 10-minute intermission.
The mayor toward Guildhall hides him in all posts. There, at your meetest advantage of time, infer the bastardly of Edward's children. Ah, say how Edward put to death a citizen, only for saying he would make him heir to the crown, meaning indeed his house. The sign thereof was turned so.
Fear not, my lord, for I will pay the order as of the golden people which I please for myself, and so at you.
You thrive well, meet me at Bernard's castle.
And look at Freeport Club and the Guildhall of Forts.
Go. Friar Pencroff. Bid them both meet me within the hour.
a word.
Touched you the bastardly of Edward's children?
I did. With his contract with Lady Lucy and his project deputy in France, didn't see she agreed as of his desires, his importance to city wide, his tyranny for trifles, his own bastardy, as being Metropolitan in France, was all I did for your lineaments. Being the right idea of your father, both in your form and nobleness, laid open all of your victories in Scotland, your virtues, your humility, indeed left nothing for your purpose.
Ah, and did they say anything?
No, I may trust my lord.
Tongueless blocks were they? Let the mayor and his brethren come.
The mayor is here. Go, up to the leads. The mayor knocks. Lord Mayor, I dance at your attendance here, but I think the noble duke will not be spoken with. How now, Kate? What says your lord?
My lord, he doth entreat your grace to visit him tomorrow or next day. He is within, divinely bent to meditation, and no worldly suit would he be moved to draw him from his own exercise.
Please let me know about myself and the mayor here to have a conversation.
I'll tell him what you say, my lord.
My lord, Mayor? This lord is not an Edward. He is not lolling on a lewd daybed, but on his knees in meditation. He's not embracing dance courtesans, but between two holy men. He is not engrossing his idle body, but in deep, zealous meditation. Such sweet and zealous contemplation. But I fear we will not win him to it.
Mary, what would his gracious say?
I fear he will.
He wonders to what end you have assembled such troops of citizens to speak with him. His grace not being more there than before, he fears you mean no good to him.
Sorry. Of course my cousin will fear me, but to know I mean him no harm. When right and righteous men are at their beats, 'tis hard to draw them thence. Such sweet, zealous contemplation. Look, there he holds a prayer book. Noble Prince, most gracious Lord, lend us favorable ear.
My lord, there needs no such apology. Rather, I beseech you, pardon me, who earnest in the service of their God, neglect the visitation of their friends. That aside, what means your gracious pleasure?
My Lord, we've come to offer you the majesty, the lineal glory of your ancestors.
Not whether to speak silently or to bitterly speak in your reproof. Definitively thus I answer you. Your love deserves my thanks, but my deserts unmeritable shuns your high request. But God help me, there is no need of me, as much I need to help you, if need were. The royal tree hath left us royal fruit, to mellow the stealing hours of time. I go to tell them of their happy days and good fortune. Would God defend that I should wring from them?
You say that Edward is your brother, and so say we too, but not by the same mother. If you reject this, we will put someone else in the seat. And, but zounds, I'll leave you no more of this. I'll entreat you no more.
Oh, do not swear, my lord of Buckingham. Would you force me to a world of care? I am not made of stone, but penetrable to your kind entreaties, albeit against my better conscience and soul.
Would it please you be crowned tomorrow?
Aye, it would indeed.
And so we cry out, God save King Richard.
Amen.
I must return to my holy task. Farewell, good gentlemen. Farewell, cousin of Buckingham.
love to greet each other. Doctor, come back. And God shed graces on both a happy and joyful time of day.
As to you, good sister, whither away?
No farther from the tower, and upon the devotions of yourselves to congratulate the gentle princess staying there.
Kind sister, thanks. We'll enter all together. And, in good time, here the lieutenant comes. Master Lieutenant, pray you by your leave, how doth the prince and my own son of yours?
Right well, dear madam. By our occasions, I may not suffer you to visit them. The king has straightly charged the contrary.
The king? Why, who's that?
I cry you mercy. I mean the Lord Protector.
Lord, protect him from that kingly title. Have he set bounds betwixt their love and me? I am their mother. Who should keep me from them?
I am their father's mother. I will see them.
I am their aunt-in-law. In love, their mother. You will take me to the sight of them. I will bear office for thee and bear my blame. And my peril.
No, madam, no. I may not leave it so. I am bound by oath, and therefore pardon me.
Let me but meet you, lady. See 1 hour hence, and I'll salute your grace's mother and govern the throne of 2 fair queens. Come, madam. You must go straight to Westminster, there to be crowned Richard's royal queen.
Cut my lace and something, that my pent heart may have some scope to beat, or else I swoon with this dead-killing news.
Spiteful tidings, oh unpleasing news. Be of good cheer, my lord. How fares your grace?
Derby, speak not to me. Get thee hence. Death and destruction dog thee at the heels. Thy mother's name is ominous to children. If thou wilt outstrip death, go across the seas and live with Richard. From the reach of hell go. Hide thee from this slaughterhouse, lest thou increase the number of the dead, and make me die, the thrall of Margaret's curse. Nor mother, wife, nor England's county queen.
Oh, Bill, dispersing wind of misery. Oh, I person womb, the bed of death. A cockatrice hast thou hatched the world. This unappointed eye is murderous.
Come, madam, come. I in all haste was sent. I in all unknowingness will go. I would to God the inclusive verge of gold penal that round my brow were red hot steel to sear me to the grave. Anointed, let me be with venom and die. Ere man can say, God save thee.
Go, poor soul. I envy not thy glory. To feed my humor, wish thyself no harm.
No? Why? For that he is my husband now. Came to me as I followed Henry's course. And that dead saint, which then I knew they followed. Oh, when I say I looked on Henry's face, this was my wish. Be thou, quoth I, accursed, for making me so young, so old a widow. And when thou wouldst, let sorrow count thy fate, and be thy wife, and any woman be so mad, a miserable, vital life, as I am made from the death of my poor lord. Lo here, I can repeat this curse again. Even in so short a space, my woman heart grossly grew captive by his honey words, and proved the subject of my own soul's curse. For ever since have kept me in hours of rest, for never have I enjoyed the golden dew of slumber, but have been wakened by his timorous dream. Besides, he hates me for my fallen Warwick, and will shortly be rid of me as well.
Poor heart, adieu. I pity thy complaint.
No more than I mourn for yours.
Farewell, thou woeful welcome of glory.
Tell poor soul, thou takest thy leave.
Go thou to Richard, and good fortune there. Go thou to Richard, and good age escort thee. Go not to sanctuary, and good thoughts possess thee. I to my grave, where peace and rest lie with me. 18 odd years of sorrow have I seen, and each hour's joy wrapped with a beacon of teen.
Stay, yet look back with me to the tower. Pity, you ancient stones, those tender babes whom envy hath immured within your walls.
rough cradle for such little pretty ones, rude ragged nurse, old sullen playfellow for tender princes. Use my babies well. And so, foolish sorrow bids thy stones farewell.
Stand all apart. Cousin of Buckingham,
My gracious sovereign,
give me thy hand. Here he ascendeth his throne, thus high, by thy advice. Shall we live in these honors for a day, or shall we embrace them and rejoice in them?
they shall live and forever may they last.
Oh, Buckingham, now do I play the touch of pity. Edward still lives. What thinkest that I would say?
Say it so, my lovely lord.
Why, Buckingham, I would say that I am king.
You are my thrice-renowned liege.
Ha! Am I king? 'Tis so, but Edward still lives.
True noble prince.
Oh, bitter consequence that Edward should still live. True noble prince. Shall I be plain with thee? I want the bastard dead, and I'll have it suddenly performed. What sayest thou? Speak suddenly, be brief.
Do as you please, my lord.
Tut, tut, thou kindness freezeth. Say, have I thy consent that the boy will die?
Give me some breath, some little pause before I promise to do your end. And it's your grace and
I'll converse with ill-witted fools, unrespected boys, and none of which are to me with my conservative eyes. High reigning Buckingham grows circumspect. Boy!
My lord.
Knowest thou any who gold may tempest them to the exploit of death?
My lord, I know a discontented gentleman whose humble means match not his haughty mind. Gold were as good as 20 orators and would no doubt tempt him to anything.
What is his name?
His name, my lord, is Tyrell.
I partially know the man. Go, call him hither. Deep revolving Buckingham no longer shall be the counsels of my courtesy. But had he gone for so long untired, and now suddenly stopped to take a breath? How now? What news with you?
My lord, I hear the Marquis Dorset's fled to Richmond, and those parts beyond the sea would be advised.
Catesby!
My lord.
Rumors aboard that Anne, my wife, is sick and like to die. I must be married with Edward's daughter, but my kingdom stands on brittle glass. Kill her brothers, then marry her. Uncertain ways of gain, but my kingdom is plucked from sin. Tear pity, but tears fall not in my eyes. Is thy name Tyrell?
James Tyrell, and your most obedient son.
Art thou indeed?
Queen, my gracious sovereign.
Darest thou resolve to kill a friend of mine?
I had rather kill 2 enemies.
There thou hast it. 2 deep enemies of my sweet sleep and slumber. Tyrell, I mean those bastards in the tower.
Let me have openings to come down, and soon I'll rid you from the fear of them.
Thou singest sweet music. Hark, come hither. There's no more but this. If you do the deed, I will love thee and prefer thee too.
'Tis done, my lord.
Shall we hear from you, gentle Tyrell, ere we sleep?
You shall, my lord.
My lord, I have considered my mind, and just when he lays on the inn.
Let that pass. Dorset has fled to Richmond.
Here's that news, my lord.
Stanley, Richmond is your wife's son. Look to it.
My lord, I'd like to claim the promise.
Stanley, Richmond is your wife's son. He conveys letters to her into Southland.
My lord,
I do remember Henry VI did prophesy that Richmond should be king when he was but a peevish boy. King, perhaps.
my lord, what says you to my just demands?
Richmond! When last I was at Leicester, the mayor showed me to a castle called Grosvenor. As far as I remember, a bard of Ireland told me I should not live long after I met Richmond.
My lord, your promise to the estate.
Aye, what a clock!
On the stroke of 10.
Then let it strike!
Why let it strike?
Because, like a jack's, thou betwixt my begging and my meditation. I am not in the giving vein today.
My lord,
Tut, tut, thou troublest me. Am not in the vein.
oh, made I him a king for this? Let me think unhasting, while I still have my head on my shoulders.
Bloody deed is done. The most arch of hideous massacre yet this land was ever guilty of. They cannot speak, and so I left them both, to bring tidings to the bloody king. And here he comes. My lord,
Am I happy in thy news, Tyrell?
if to have done the thing you gave in charge, forget your happiness. Be happy then, for it is done, my lord.
But didst thou see them dead
I did, my lord.
and buried, gentle Tyrell?
The chaplain of the tower hath buried them. But how, or in what place, that I do not know.
Come hither, Tyrell. After supper, tell me the details of how they died. Meantime, think how I may do thee good and the interior good. Farewell. Till soon.
My lord.
I must go to Edward's daughter before Richmond gets to her or steals the crown. To her I go. The trolley thrive in war.
My lord,
Good news or bad that thou comest in so bluntly?
bad news, my lord. Eli has fled to Richmond, and Buckingham, backed by the hardy Welshman, is in the field, and still his power increases.
Eli with Richmond troubles me more than Buckingham and his lash-wheeled army. Come, I've heard that angry commenting has led to dull delay. Delay leads to snail and impotent beggary. The Jehovah's mercury, and I hailed him for a king. Come, muster men. We must be brave, when traitors brave the field.
yet do they ease the heart?
If so, then be not tongue-tied. Go with me. I know the breath of bitter words that smother my damned son, which thy too sweet son smothered. I hear his drum. Be copious and exclaims.
Who intercepts my expedition?
Oh, she that might have intercepted thee by strangling thee in her accursed womb from all the slaughters, wretch, that thou hast done!
Hidest thou that forehead with a golden crown, where should be graven, if that right were right, the slaughter of the prince that owed that crown, and the dire death of my 2 sons and brothers? Tell me, thou villain slave, where are my children?
Thou toad, where is thy brother Clarence?
Where is kind Hastings, Rivers, Vaughan, Gray?
Art thou my son?
I thank God. Myself, my father, and thou.
Then patiently hear my impatience!
So, madam, but I am not sure.
Art thou so hasty? I have stayed for thee, God knows, in anguish, pain, and agony.
Came I not at last to comfort you?
No, by the holy rood, thou knowest it well. Thou camest on earth to make the earth my hell. A grievous burden was thy right. Treachery wayward was thy infancy. Thy school days, frightful, desperate, wild, and furious. Thy prime of manhood, daring, bold, adventurous. Thy age confirmed, proud, subdued, bloody, treacherous. More harmful, but yet more mighty time to people. What comfortable hour canst thou name that ever graced me in thy company?
If thy seem most disgracious in thine eyes, let me leave you.
Oh, I prithee, hear me speak!
To some mother, but I am in haste.
Hear me a word, for I shall never speak to thee again.
Son?
Either thou hast died by God's just ordinance, ere from this war thou turn conqueror. Over grief and extreme age I shall perish and never look upon thy face again. Therefore take with thee my most heavy purse, which in the day of battle tire thee more than all the complete armor that thou wearest. My prayers on thee that first part of fight, and their little souls and Edward's children whisper the spirits of thine enemies and promise them success and victory. Bloody thou art, bloody will be thy end. Shame serves thy life and doth thy death attend.
Though far more cause, and yet much less spirit, curse, abides in me. I say amen to all.
Stay, madam. I must have a word with you.
I have no more sons of the royal blood for thee to murder. For my daughters, Richard, they shall be praying nuns, not weeping queens, and therefore level not to their lives.
I have a daughter called Elizabeth, wise, fair, virtuous, and gracious.
Must she die for this? Oh, let her live, and I'll corrupt her manners, stain her beauty, slander myself as false to Edward's bed, throw over her the veil of infamy, so she may live unscarred of bleeding slaughter.
Oh, not her birth. She's of royal blood.
To save her life, I'll say she's not so.
She's only safest in her birth.
And only in that safety died her brothers.
Though, at their birth, good stars were opposites.
No, to their lives, bad friends were contrary.
Oh, unavoided in the doom of destiny.
True. When avoided grace makes destiny. My babes were destined to a fair death, if grace had blessed thee with a fair life.
Your reasons are too shallow and too quick.
Oh no. My reasons are too deep and dead. Too deep and dead, poor infants in their grave.
Harp not on that string, madam. That is past.
Harp on it still shall I, till hearts
done cannot now be amended. If I have taken thy son from thee, lo, to increase your begetting, beget mine issue with my blood upon your daughter.
What were I best to say? That her father's brother would be her lord? Or shall I say her uncle? Or he that slew her brothers and her uncles? Under what title shall I woo for thee? That God, the law, my honor, and her love can make seem pleasing to her tender years?
No, in my soul I love thy daughter.
Then from thy sides dost thou love to rise, and from my heart I do thank thee for it.
Come, come, you're too hasty to confound my meaning. I mean, I love thy daughter with my soul and wish to make her Queen of England.
Say then, who dost thou mean shall be her king?
He that makes her Queen, who else?
What, thou?
I, even I. What think you of it, madam?
How canst thou woo her?
That will learn from you, who are best acquainted with her humor.
Sent to her by the men that slew her brothers, a pair of bleeding hearts, thereon engraved Edward and York. Then happily she will be. Send her a story of thy noble acts. Tell her thou madest away her Uncle Clement, her Uncle Rivers, yea, and for her sake madest quick conveyance with her good Aunt Anne.
Come, come, you mock me. This is not the way to win your daughter.
No, there is no other way, unless thou couldst fiance a fellowship, and not be Richard that hath done all this.
Say that I did it in love of her.
Nay, then indeed she cannot choose but hate thee, having but love with such a bloody spoil. Shall I be tempted, the devil thus?
Aye, the devil tempts thee to be good.
Shall I forget myself, to be myself?
Aye, your self-remembrance wrongs you.
But you did kill my children.
In your daughter's womb I buried them and allowed them to make selves of themselves to your recompense.
Shall I bring my daughter to thy will?
Happy mother by the deed.
I go. Write to me very shortly, and you shall understand from me her mind.
Bid only my true love's kiss, so farewell. Relenting fool, shallow, changing woman. How now? What news with you?
My gracious sovereign on the western coast rideth a Pacific Navy along the shore from many doubtful, hollow-hearted friends. To stop Richmond is there on board. And there they hull, expecting but the aid of Buckingham welcoming them ashore.
There's some light-footed soldiers to Norfolk. Thou, myself, or Catesby? Where is Catesby?
Here, my lord.
Fliest thou to the Duke. Head thou to Salisbury. If thou comest with dull, unbrained villain, why doth thou stand there and not go to the Duke?
First, mighty sovereign, let me know your mind, from what your grace I shall deliver to him.
Oh, true, to Catesby. Bid him muster the greatest power he can, and presently meet me at Salisbury.
I go.
What is your highness' pleasure after my Salisbury?
What would you before I go?
Your highness told me I was post before.
Mine has changed, good sir. My mind has changed.
thou bring heart of death? Come back when thou hast better news.
The news I have to tell your majesty is that by sudden floods and falls of waters, that Buckingham's army is dispersed and scattered. He himself wandered away alone. No man knows whither.
Cry thee mercy then. Purse is open to cure thy blow. Has anyone set a bounty on his head?
Such recommendation
My lord, the Duke of Buckingham is taken, and that is the best news. That the Earl of Richmond has landed in Milford is colder tidings yet, it must be told.
Come, to Salisbury we go. While we converse, a royal battle is being won and lost. Bring Buckingham to Salisbury.
Son Edward, even for a moment mock my destruction. This is All Souls' Day, is it not done?
It is, my good lord.
With All Souls' Day is my body's doomsday. And now, Margaret's curse has fallen upon my head. When he, quoth she, shall split thy heart with sorrow, remember Margaret was a prophetess. Come, sir, convey me to this block. For wrong hath put wrong, and blame the Jew of blame.
Loving friends, bruised underneath the yoke of tyranny. Thus far into the bowels of the land have we marched on without impediment, and here we receive from our father Stanley lines of fair comfort and encouragement. The wretched, bloody, and usurping boar that spoil your summer fields and fruitful vines, swills your warm blood like wash, and makes his trough in your emboweled bosoms. This foul swine lies now even to the center of this isle, near to the town of Leicester, which we learn from Tamworth, thither's one day's march. In God's name, cheerly on, courageous friends, to reap the harvest of perpetual peace by this one bloody trial of sharp war. Pitch our tents. Set mine there. There I'll sleep tonight. But what about tomorrow? All's one for that. Who knows the number of our adversaries?
6 or 7,000 is their utmost power.
Our number trembles at a count. Besides, the name of King is a beacon of hope that the adverse party would want. Come, gentlemen. Let us search the vantage of our fields. Make no delay, for, lords, tomorrow is a busy day.
Come, let him rest.
hath made a golden set. By the bright track of this fiery car, give signal of a goodly day tomorrow. And one more thing. Where's Wolfie? One of you, if you could go fetch me Captain Walsh when he's asking. Well, we should probably discuss this. Into our tent. The air is raw. What o'clock is it?
It's supper time, my lord. It's 9 o'clock.
I will not sup tonight. Bid me ink and paper. What? Is my fever weaker than it was? And all my armor laid in my tent?
It is my liege and all families and ornaments.
Ratcliffe,
My lord?
give me a bowl of wine. Guards, leave me. Ratcliffe, in the midst of night, wake me in my tent, so I may get ready in my armor.
Fortune and victory set on thy helm.
All comfort the dark night can afford me to thy person. No father-in-law, affairs a loving mother.
I, by attorney, bless thee from thy mother, who prays continually for Richmond's good. So much for us, the silent hours steal on, and flaky darkness breaks within the east. I, as I may, or will, that which I would I cannot, pray thee to prepare thy battle early in the morning, and continue and put thy fortune into thy Richmond. In brief, to see the time, and blessed by thy brother, tender George, being executed in his father's sights. And once more, adieu, be valiant and speed well.
Good lords, conduct him to his regiment. I'll strive, troubled thoughts, to take a nap. Lest let the slumber tease me down tomorrow, when I should mount the wings of victory. Once more, good night, kind lord and gentlemen. O captain, who I account myself, look unto my forces with a gracious eye. Put in their hands thy bruising irons of wrath, that they may crush down with a heavy fall the usurping helmets of our adversaries. Make us thy ministers of chastisement, that we may praise thee in victory. Ere I let fall the windows of mine eyes, sleeping and waking, oh defend me still.
Give me another horse. Bind up my wounds. Have mercy. Jesus. Soft. I did but dream. Oh, how coward's conscience doth afflict me.
My lord.
Sounds! Who's there?
Ratcliffe, my lord, desired the early village cock have twixt and salutation to the morn. Your friends are up and buckle on their armor.
Ratcliffe, I had a terrible dream. Tell me, does thou think Stanley will bring his power? Of Ratcliffe, I fear.
Nay, good my lord, be not for his shadows.
His puzzled Paul. Come, let us to the battlefield.
Kylers, cry mercy, lords and watchful gentlemen. They obtain a tardy sluggard here.
How have you slept, my lord?
The sweetest sleep and fairest boding dreams that ever entered into a drowsy head. We thought, the souls whose bodies Richard murdered came to my tent and cried out victory. I promise you, my soul is very drunken, and the remembrance of so fair a dream. Tell me, how far into the morning is it, lords?
On the strip before.
It's time to arm and give direction. Richard, accept those whom we fight against would rather had us win than them they follow. For what is it they follow? Truly, gentlemen, a bloody tyrant and a homicide. One born in blood, and the other blood established. One that forever made the means by what he hath, and slaughtered the means that were the means to help him. A base, foul stone made precious by the foil of England's chair where he is falsely set. One that has ever been God's enemy. Then if you fight against God's enemy, God will in justice warn you as his soldiers. If you do sweat to put a tyrant down, you sleep in peace, the tyrant being slain. If you do fight your country's foes, your country's fat shall pay your pains the higher. If you do fight to keep safeguard of your wives shall welcome home the conquerors. If you do free your children from the sword, your children's children put it in your age. So, in the name of God and all these rights, advance your standards, draw your willing swords. For me, the ransom of my bold attempt shall be this cold corpse on the earth's cold face. But if I thrive, the gain of my attempt, the least of you shall share his part thereof. Sounded drums and trumpets, boldly and cheerfully, God and St. George, Richmond and victory!
Arm, my lord, the foe wants in the field. The king enacts more wonders than a man, daring and opposite to every danger. His horse is slain and all on foot he fights, seeking Richmond in the throat of death.
My horse! My horse! On kingdom for a horse!
Withdraw, my lord. Unhook.
Slave! I have set the hazard to die. If there be 6 Richmonds in the field, 5 I have slain gainstead of him. A horse! A horse! My kingdom for a horse!
and your arms be praised, victorious friends. The day is ours. The bloody dog is dead.
Courageous Richard, well hast thou quitted thee. Lo, this bombs of royalty. From the dead temples have I plucked to grace thy brow with gall. Wear it, enjoy it, make much of it.
Great God in heaven, say amen. Proclaim a pardon to all soldiers fled, that in submission will return to us. And thus, as we obtain the sacrament, we will unite the white rose and the red. Smile heaven upon their fair conjunction. England hath long been mad and scarred herself. Brother blindly shed the brother's blood. The father rashly slaughtered his own son. The son compelled and butchered to the sire. All of this divided York and Lancaster, divided in their dire division. Let them not live to see this land's increase, that would with treason wound this fair land's peace. Now civil wounds are stopped, peace lives again. Long may it live here. God say amen.